Okay, let's talk about money for a second, because if you, not everyone might resonate with this, and that's okay, but I know that there's a collective of us that are being challenged, being pushed to reprogram our view on money. And this has been, personally, this is something the universe has been working on with me since like 2022. And it's challenging at times. And what's happening, because the way we have been programmed, right? Money has so much control over us. Money has so much control over us because we have become so dependent on money, right? To live, a roof over our head, to feed ourselves, X, Y, and Z, right? I don't need to over-explain that. We know this. But because of that, so many of us have so many deep money wounds, and we're not supposed to live like that. We're not supposed to live like that. We're supposed to be okay with not having loads of money in our bank account, because when we're in alignment, the universe will provide for you, period. The universe will provide for you, period. Oftentimes, the way the universe provides, it's not in the ways in which we think we're going to be provided for, or it's not in the way our ego wants us to be provided for, right? Like often our ego often looks at money. Okay, I need this much money to be able to do this, to be able to do this, or I need this much money to feel safe and secure in my bank account at all times. You know what I'm saying? Or I need this much in my savings, or da-da-da-da-da-da, right? And money though, even though yes, because of the world we live in, money does provide a lot of people with a felt sense of safety, but that sense of safety and security needs to come from within. And there's a collective of us that is reprogramming that within us. Like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a couple of examples. Like for me, on my journey, when I was guided, my intuition and spirit guided me to quit teaching. I had no idea if I was going to make money doing readings. It worked out. Then the universe was like, stop doing readings. Stop doing readings. Sell all your things. Go traveling. Go Airbnb hopping. And I'm like, okay, but that's my form of income now. How am I supposed to not make money, but spend money? But I listened. I went into debt. And 6 months later, out of nowhere, a chunk of money came in out of thin air, it felt like, to cancel out my debt. The universe is showing me, see, you listened, you were in alignment. But look, the money came. It came 6 months later, but the money came. Currently, what I'm moving through, I just moved in May. So my rent is more expensive now, and the universe is like, oh good, your rent is more expensive, you just moved, stop doing one-on-ones with people. So again, I had to stop doing readings, and as a TikTok creator, Canadian creator, I don't like make money on my social media like TikTok or Instagram or anything like that. I make some money on YouTube, but it's funny because as soon literally as soon as I stepped away from one-on-one readings, all of a sudden the money I was making on YouTube like cut in half and under that. So I'm like not making nearly enough to supplement my income, and the money that I had saved is running out. And the universe is like, okay, go to Europe. You're being called to go to Europe, and I know my soul's being called to go there. I have no idea why. Do I have the money for it? No, but I know I'm in alignment. And every single time I trusted, the universe has always provided for me. And often the way the universe has provided for me is not always in the form of money either. Like I'll get like, all of a sudden my neighbor will knock on my door and be like, here, I cooked you a meal. And I'm like, oh my God, a free meal. Where did that come from? Or, you know what I'm saying? That's just like a little example. I know other people who were looking for a place to live, and all of a sudden the universe provided them a free place to live. Like the universe can provide for you in so many different ways. It doesn't always come in the form of money. Yes, it also comes in the form of money. But my point with this is we are being pushed and tested and expanded. I don't know if tested is the right word, but we're being expanded. The universe is expanding us right now. They're like, fall deeper into trust, fall deeper into faith, because as we do this, we're reprogramming our view of money, which is going to liberate us from the chains that money holds on us, and we're liberating ourselves so that we can then liberate like our kids, and so money will never have a chokehold on them, because we're moving back to how we should be living, where money, our sense of security is not reliant on money. Because when we're feeling safe and secure from within, it is the laws of the universe that will be mirrored back to us, but often it's not in the ways we think it should be. So there's a collective of us reprogramming a lot around money, and it is challenging. Like the universe, and I gave you some of my examples, but it looks different for everyone. Like the universe is going to test. I don't know. I don't like to use the word test, but it's like push you, because they're expanding you. They're expanding you. And if you're in alignment, as long as you're, really checking in with yourself and you're heart centered and you're listening to your heart and you're not taking action based on fear, because it's really easy for me to be like a little fearful and be like, oh, I have to go back to one-on-one readings. Like I need to at least do like a few days of readings so that I can make some money before I go to Europe, just to make sure I have like a pocket. But if I were to do that, I know that at least right now, and this might change as time goes, do you know what I'm saying? I'm taking it day by day, but right now I don't feel called to do one-on-one readings. So if I were to do that before my Europe trip, I would be taking action based on fear. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's not coming from the right place. That's not coming from the heart space. That's doing something just for money, and that lacks integrity. Does that make sense? And some of you might think I'm absolutely crazy. And I understand that too. Like some of you might be like, Brittany, that's so irresponsible for you to be going to Europe doing this. And it's like, I'm not afraid to go into the negatives. I'm not afraid, because I've done it before more than once, and the universe always surprises me. It always comes back. And when it comes back even more. Does that make sense? Like it comes back in even more abundance. Honk, 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 honk. It comes back even more. And I also know that I'm being expanded, and they're rewiring my view on money. It's being reprogrammed so that I'm not dependent on it. It's like going back to how we should be living, how all of us humans should be living. We're not supposed to be bound by money. We're not supposed to be trapped by that. We're supposed to be living freely and following our heart and our desire. And that, by doing that, by following our heart and our desire and listening, that's how you ensure that you are always provided for. And yeah, sometimes you might have to experience a pocket of, let's say, I don't know if poverty is the right word, but we're all here to have different experiences. So sometimes if maybe you do experience struggling, and you're like, Brittany, I don't get it. I'm listening and I'm following my heart and I'm struggling right now. That's valid. And you know what? There's always purpose to it, because often those experiences, there's a reason for it. It's not, know that it's temporary. Know that it's temporary, and you're there because your soul signed up to learn whatever it was meant to learn through that experience. So it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Does that make sense? So when you move through the harder times, whether it be financially harder times or any other harder time, just surrender into the knowing that even if you don't understand the why in this moment, surrender to the knowing that it has purpose, and there's lessons that you're learning as you move through that experience, because that's how we learn here and gain wisdom, right? It's not just through reading. It's one thing to have all of the spiritual knowledge, but it's a whole other thing to integrate it. And how do you integrate and actually learn true wisdom? It's by living your life, and it's by having experiences, and some of the experiences are going to be more challenging than others. So keep that in mind as well. And we're all on our own path. We all have our own different unique lessons to learn. We're all here for different reasons. So don't compare yourself to other people. Well, I'm following my heart and it's hard for me, and they're following their heart and they have so much money. We're all here for different reasons, and we're meant to experience different things. So if you're in a harder season, know that it's it's a season and it's temporary. Okay. I just kind of felt called to share that. So if you're struggling, if you're being pushed with money right now, know that there's a collective of us literally that are moving through this to rewire so that we could shift the collective, because we're all connected, right? So if there's a collective of us moving through this, it's by law, it's going to ripple out, and you get it. And we're all here on different, there's different collectives moving through different things, and there's purpose to all of it. So I'm just speaking, that's why not everyone might resonate with this, but I'm speaking to that, to the collective who's following their heart, and they're being tested in a way, pushed to their limits when it comes to money. They're being asked to have faith and surrender, even if you don't know where the next paycheck's coming, because I'm telling you, it's going to come, and the universe will have your back. It might not be in the way in which you want it to be, and it might not be exactly the timing you want it to be, but just know that it'll all make sense, and the struggle is temporary. I love you.